Hello again, everybody. This is Meant to Achieve, the place where athletes go to think straight, stay focused, and achieve their goals. My name is Griff Joyce, and I'm the owner, and this is video blog number 2 on the topic of what makes them so great. Again, this whole series, What Makes Them So Great, is about getting the opinion of the coach to be great towards you and towards other people instead of the other way around. We're interested in you making teams and you being fantastic and you getting your goals achieved. So, how do we do that? Last time we talked about stats, facts, and inarguables. Now, if you haven't seen video blog number 1 on that, you need to go back and do that. You need to subscribe. And you need to watch all these in order because that's how we roll around here. We get information, we build on it. I know that sounds crazy. It's kind of like school, but that's how we roll. So stats, facts, and inarguables. Things where you really shouldn't be arguing with anybody about these things because they're actual facts. Now, intangibles, the topic of this one, this video blog, is the exact opposite of that. These are opinions. Now, why would I say those stats, facts, and inarguables have so much to do? You have to go back and watch the other one to see this one. Well, because they're similar and dissimilar. I know that stats and facts are facts, and that intangibles, the topic of this video blog, are opinions. But it's similar in the coach's eyes in that whatever the coach likes, okay, those are the ones you need to find and care about. So let me give you an example of some intangibles, okay? Hustle, defense, attitude, the effect you have on the team, how you match up with other people, whether or not you're a competitor and you do better or worse when things get tight. If you're in a team system, how you do when you guys are in game plan, like in system, and how when chaos occurs, how you do then, so in and out of system. Maybe spacing, you know, if you're in a team where having space is important for offense and or defense. Your likability and many others, okay? But let's say your coach cares about hustle. Okay, a lot of coaches do, by the way. If you don't like working hard, it's hard to impress many of the coaches, especially the ones that do really well. So keep that in mind. Anyways, let's say your coach cares about hustle and he thinks that Jimbo hustles more than you do. So what we need to do is figure out what he cares about. Well, we figured out it's hustle. That's his big one. But what does hustle mean to your coach? That's the detective work you need to do. You need to listen to him very carefully. So if it's soccer, is it slide tackling that kind of says hustle to him? Or is it constantly moving? If it's volleyball, is it diving? If it's basketball, is it the hands up all the time? And I mean all the time. Who's played basketball? Yeah, your coaches are all over that one. What is it that means hustle to your coach, but they say it as hustle? So you got to figure out what it takes to move the needle towards, aha, that guy's got it, and that guy doesn't. Now, when you figure these things out, here's the crazy part. I want you to go do more of them. Okay, so I know this sounds super simple, but you'd be so surprised how kids have a hard time with this. Okay, figure out what the coach wants, hustle more. Figure out what that means to him. That means arms up and fall down after the ball if it's out in the open. So you do those 2 things. Now, here's the thing. You'd think that you just tell kids that and they'd go do it, but they don't. 1, they might forget. 2, they might go, that's not how I roll, man. I'm better at other things. And you keep doing that and sitting on the bench. Here's the last one that I see that gets in the way a lot. The kids think that it's manipulative to figure out what somebody wants and then use that information for their own good. Okay, so let me say that again. Figure out what somebody wants and then use that information for their own good. Well, the information is public knowledge. The coach keeps telling you what they want and they're telling you so you do it. And furthermore, I mean, if you figured out something that people liked to see out of you and liked to have you do, why wouldn't you do it more often? I'll give you an example from my own life. One day I was bored at home, so bored I actually did the dishes for my mom. Like, yeah, that bored. So I did the dishes and she came home and predictably, I had never actually done it before, I should have thought this through, but predictably she went nuts. She's like, this is the greatest thing. I'm pretty sure we went out to Baskin-Robbins that night and had some ice cream. I put that one in my back pocket and I said, I'm going to remember that. And the very next time I had to break bad news to mom and dad, the very next time I knew I was maybe not on the best terms with mom and dad, kind of walked on over to the sink, did the dishes, let it be out there, and very soon, sooner than it should have been, things were smoothed over. So you need to do this with your coach. You need to say, I'm going to gather information, I'm going to figure out what he or she likes, I'm going to go ahead and exhibit those exact things and have the needle move over more towards the good side of opinion when the coach thinks about me, because they like hustle and they go, you know who hustles? That kid. So go ahead, be a detective, gather the information, use it, and don't feel guilty about it, because the coach is begging for you to do it with their words and their actions. So remember, think straight, stay focused, and get out there and achieve.